the inaugural national championship?
Don't know, but John Michael won it.
Because I had it that he's won every year since 2000,
95.
except that one that you referred to. So it only started in the year 2000.
They didn't play it for a couple of years, according to
In
the
between.
records. Yeah, so although he won it this year, 2 years prior to that, there doesn't appear to have been a Greek national champion.
60.
And yes.
More importantly, he's the people's champion.
Yeah.
Here in Germany. Very popular indeed, as the walk-on suggests as well. Anyway,
60.
we're off and running.
Well, even Fabian Herz was dancing along with it.
It's hard not to. This is another day in the sun for Fabian, making his 4th appearance in the main draw of a European Tour event. His 2nd this year, also made it to Munich, the German Darts Masters at the Easter weekend. Lost 6-3 to John Bowles in that one. But not a great deal else. Made it through to a couple of other events in 2014.
Well, look, when he first turned up on the European Tour, Fabian, nobody even in German darts had heard of him. Had no idea who he was. He was just this lanky rake of a man who's just rocked up and managed to make it through the qualifiers. And he basically had just been
85.
playing with his brother in his garage.
146.
And then turned up and managed to make it through the qualifiers, won 3 games, guaranteed grand in your hand. Happy days. 80 scored for John Michael.
86.
Well, that's okay. He was going for treble 10, but the 6 will leave him 60, so 20 for tops when he returns. I think Hertz would love to leave double 8. Love to leave double 8. He might leave double 8.
121.
But he won't leave double 8.
Only requires 60.
Bit of pressure on this 20 tops, though. That looks very inviting, just over the top of that. Well, maybe to the right?
Game show.
Oh, lovely stuff.
John Michael.
John Michael. And there you see,
that's
the benefit of those
Game
wobbly
on.
points that he's got, John Michael. We've seen a number of players use these. Dieter Hedman uses them. Peter Wright used them for a while, and that was basically inspired by John Michael. And the theory is that if you're throwing for a place where you've already got a dart in there, they'll just bend out of the way slightly rather than deflect it out. So there, he might have got the benefit of making it into the double top bed he was aiming for.
140.
Just wish it was accompanied by the sound effects that we almost expect to hear.
Yeah. You can add them, but we could go 11 legs and it may get rather tedious.
60.
Yeah, fine margins, the point there from Hertz.
Policeman by trade, Fabian Hertz.
140.
Did start playing the Bulls Super League, which is one of the big darts events or tournaments they have over here in Germany. Involves a lot of the top players, you know, Hop and Rene Idams, Gian Artut, Stefan Stoiker, top of the table at the moment, I believe.
26.
Ooh, 26.
Yeah, he's here this weekend as well. Came through qualifying last night.
But yeah, he had to give up the Super League stuff, Fabian Hertz, because basically didn't have the
60.
time for his job as a copper.
What with the day job, yep.
Yeah.
Law enforcement getting in the way of a burgeoning career in the darting world.
He's still playing development tour, though. He's still a young
45.
man, so he has played a handful of development tours, made a couple of quarterfinals this year, and that's no mean feat. The standard on the development tour is very, very good as Michael looks to set this up. And
99.
wow.
Well, he's got a sizable cushion here, 208. All Hertz can do here is eat into it and hope that Michael slips up.
100.
Well, he's down to the biggest finish of the lot, so it would take something special. Michael here, though, 62 points away. That's found the treble 10 bed, so double 16 for a 2-0 lead.
Second leg.
And that was
John
very
Michael,
nicely done.
Third leg, John, a throw first. Game on.
How's the break? Now throwing for a 3-0 lead here. And already Hertz is not on the ropes, but playing catch-up. And catch-up again here as well, if Michael can fill it up, which he can.
80.
Yeah, very strong start here from the Deadly Rose.
Yeah, he's not done a great deal wrong.
94 average and hitting 2/3 of the darts at double. will win you a lot of games, particularly first round ones, although just seen Robbie Green go and average 96 and fail to get through. Darryl Gurney surviving. A couple of match darts from Robbie Green to book his place in the next round to face Benito van der Pas. It is Mensur Suljovic, the number 10 seed, who awaits the winner of this one.
100.
We've got one more game this afternoon for you, and it sees our third major finalist of the afternoon in action, the Hammer Andy Hamilton, taking on the Ferret
60.
Johnny Clayton, the Welshman.
Yeah, Hamilton getting to the final of the big one, the biggest of the lots. Johnny Clayton's had his moments this year as well.
He's a very good player, very capable player is Johnny Clayton.
You know what, Fabian's taking his time over this. I'm not quite sure what he's thinking about.
Probably not thinking about a fat 20. What you got though?
100. John, you require
got a ton, but
121.
John Michael well in control of this leg as he looks to go 3-0 up. Back up for the treble 20s, I would think.
57.
Just the 57, but you would think he's still got a bit of time to play with here. Fabian Herz needing 2 trebles to apply any serious pressure. Lick of the lips from Fabian Herz, but nothing particularly tasty about that first dart.
Carbon copy of the first dart on his last visit. 2-2-1 Fabian.
Just seemed to be wiping a bit of moisture off the barrel of his dart there.
Looks like he was telling himself off there for something. Anyway, well, the fat 20.
84.
84 posted.
John, you require 64.
Does get him down to a finish, but 64 for John Michael. 16 or 8. Topsy once.
Game
And topsy
shot,
gets,
third
and
leg.
that will do very,
John
very
Michael,
nicely. And
full flag Fabian
John
to
Michael
throw first. Game on.
64 checkout. He is not missing much when it comes to the end of legs, and his scoring has been such. I mean, he's only had 3 140s and a 180. Fabian is yet to get past the 140 mark in the first 3 legs of this one, and he's just taking his time.
Yeah, enhancing his checkout stats to 66.6 recurring in the process as well. Little wonder Fabian just made his way to the side of the stage for a glug of water there, because he's really feeling the heat here, especially with
55.
those first 9 averages too. He's just not really putting John under any sort of pressure from the off here.
Yeah, well, he's not been that close, has he?
97.
In these legs, John Michael just being allowed to go about his business, which is exactly what he is doing. Seen him a couple of times, well, more than a couple of times actually, at big PDC major tournaments. The first Greek player ever to qualify for a major tournament in the PDC. That was the European Championships back in 2011. But we have seen him at Ali Pali a couple of times as well for the World Championship. Lost to Wade this year.
95.
In the opening round.
Yeah, that playoff in the, well, in his zone, the South European qualifying zone, I mean, that is
100.
worth, effectively, it's worth 10 grand, isn't it?
Well, minimum. As,
10 grand minimum, yeah, as well as the, I think it's quite a modicum, you know, a modicum fee for winning the tournament itself, but it's what guarantees you in the future. But John here,
180.
another 180, turning the screw once again.
Well, they're all, you know, the European and indeed the world qualifiers. They're hoping they do a Cristo Reyes and rock up at your first World Championship. Nobody knows who you
45.
are, and you manage to
John, you require
make it through to the third
129.
round. You're pocketing serious money there. Cristo got his tour card off the back of that. Didn't need to go treble 20 ball. But he sets it up quite
96.
nicely, and after 4 visits to the board, he's left himself 33 now. You know, could have been a nice round number that he could finish on, but the
59.
way he's finishing,
John,
probably thinks he only
requires
needs
33.
2 darts.
Yeah, left himself the double carpet in racing terms. Double 16 here then, 4-0 lead.
Flag. John
And
Michael.
you have to say it's one-way traffic, this.
Fifth leg, John, a throw first. Game on.
Fabian looks as though he wants to get off the stage pretty sharpish here. He
He might get his wish.
clearly isn't enjoying this.
Michael is averaging 100 right now.
22.
That'll bring it down.
We also saw John fairly recently in the World Cup. Greece losing to Canada in the first round, playing alongside Yannis Selakoglu, who's his manager as well, I believe.
60.
5-2 the score though, easy for Canada in the end.
Yeah, had a good tournament, Canada. Strange one at times. Ken McNeil and John Park.
60.
Just the 60. Chance for Fabian Herz here. We saw Martin Schindler earlier on, the first German in action here at the European Darts Open. Did not go well for him, has to be said. He wasn't a happy boy.
26.
When I saw him after the match earlier on, got beaten 6-1, but he was staring down the barrel at 5-0 of a potential whitewash against Kim Villian and the Finn.
Was he working on the door when he saw him?
No, he hadn't been pressed into action in his other job as yet.
He was allowed a quick sandwich before.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if he'll be working there this evening, but I would imagine he may want some time to himself, Martin.
Very welcome breeze
26.
comes into the commentary box as Hertz posts another way below par score. John Michael's having a pretty torrid leg here, but
60.
he's getting away with it.
Well,
12 darts to get down to 278, and Fabian nowhere near at the moment.
he's had 9 darts and scored 112 himself, so this is not one for the highlights reel. That's better. Oh, he scored more than he has in the previous 9 in those two.
140.
Where does that come from?
He's just over halfway there in this leg, Fabian Hertz. But
100.
John Michael plodding towards a finish.
Well, if he can get 2 trebles here, he might start thinking about the chance to break. Not ideal.
41.
And guess who spoke too soon?
Well, John Michael was excellent for the first 4 legs, averaging 100. This leg has been a poor one.
100.
But he is down to a 2-dart finish before his opponent manages to get to a finish of any kind, and Michael will be confident of seeing that off. It's very difficult to gauge how Fabian Hertz might be throwing when it comes to the doubles, because he hasn't had a dart at a double as yet. He may not get one if he keeps scoring 45s and 26s.
Junior requires
that 45 has also left him a bogey number, so I think this is the sign of a man who is not thinking quite straight. Tops for 5-0.
38.
But he will return.
Yeah, looked at the treble 18 double 12 route, readjusted, but he will be back.
It would be typical of Fabian to stick the first 2 darts in the trebles here. Ooh, well, that is a flyer.
58.
And you can hear in the crowd as well, it's a very flat atmosphere because their man, the German, is being soundly beaten here. Double 10.
30.
Well, a let-off for Fabian.
Fabian, you require 105.
Now then, Fabian.
Won't get a better chance than this.
A gettable finish. Well, there's the 5. Needed the treble 20 for a shot at double top.
45.
It's
John,
another 45, and John Michael will have a go at double 5. And eventually,
on the 5th leg.
the longest leg of the
6th leg.
match comes to an end, and it is ended in the
on.
same way as the previous 4, with John Michael getting it in the bag, and now he is 1 leg away from a second round meeting with Mensur Suljovic, and Fabian Hertz is left trying to recover some pride, you would think.
Yeah, 25 dart leg for John Michael, that one. But they all count. 1 away now. And we could be on course for our first whitewash of the weekend.
132.
It's more like it, Fabian. Unlucky with the second dart.
140.
Nothing wrong with that visit at all. Ton 40 for the copper from Augsburg.
Hertz, by the way, suffered a whitewash in the
60.
Dutch Masters 2 years ago at the hands of Andy Smith. So it's happened before. Won't want it to happen again.
$45.
45 again.
$60.
Both these players plodding their way through this sixth leg. Wayward again from Fabian. It's quite erratic at times.
26.
Another 26. I mean, that is criminal. He should arrest himself. Herz for that one. It's, I think that's at least 3 he's had.
59.
59 from John Michael, and just gets his nose in front, and it's not a big lead, but all relative. That's more like it from the German.
85.
Yeah, bemused look from Fabian Herz with that last dart. Oh,
Here we go.
good.
Here we go.
It looks very good.
121.
Looking for the
Maybe you require
170 that
124.
would have left him double 10. Now Fabian Herz. Oh, he's going to get a dart. He is going to get a dart. Fabian Herz, as long as he hits the big number, the 14 he's looking at. And it's just in.
Just my word.
Well,
87.
it wasn't that close to the ball.
John,
And
you
that may be the
require
last dart he
69.
throws. As John Michael looks at 69 for a 6-0 whitewash. 14.
For tops.
29.
This is your moment,
you
Fabian,
require 37.
to get a leg on the board and avoid the donutting. Crowd doing their best to play their part.
Well, I assume it'll be 5, possibly 1. 5 it is, double 16. Long way off, double 8.
29.
Oh,
John, you
valiant
require
effort.
40.
but that
Just
might be that.
Never had the conviction at all. Fabian
Game
Herz
shot.
and
the
John
match,
Michael.
John Michael.
Well, hammers the final nail in the coffin there and finishes the job and puts his opponent out of his misery. It's the first whitewash of the weekend here at the Maritime Hotel in Dusseldorf, and the deadly rose. Well, he wasn't at his deadly best today, but he didn't need to be. 6-0 against the German qualifier, and it's John Michael who goes through to face Mensur Suljovic in the second round tomorrow. One more match of the afternoon session to come. It features the former World Championship finalist Andy Hamilton against Johnny Clayton for the right to meet Terry Jenkins.
So, ein 0:6 aus der Sicht von Fabian Herz. Der hatte sich so viel vorgenommen und hat das dann doch leider nicht umsetzen können. Congratulations, John. I just said he wanted so much and it just didn't work.
First, thank you, all people here. And I'm very happy, of course, to winning. And we'll see tomorrow what can I do.
Tomorrow against Mensur Suljovic?
Yes.
Difficult one?
Mensur is a good player, and I don't know how's going on the game. He's a very good player.
Looking forward to that. Thank you very much. John Michael. So, er ist also natürlich zufrieden. Er sagt, Fabian